Early one morning, Ukraine struck deep inside Russia. The date was 2025, November 4th. The attacks hit two high-value targets far from any front line. First, a precision strike damaged a Boyan M-class corvette, the Grad, as it traversed Lake Onega. Shortly after, drones slammed into the Kirishi oil refinery southeast of St. Petersburg. These were not random acts of aggression. They were meticulously planned, coordinated blows aimed at the heart of Russia's logistical and economic infrastructure. Many defense analysts now estimate the combined financial impact to be near $500 million. More importantly, these attacks shattered the long-held illusion of a Russian safe zone. For centuries, Russia has relied on its vast geography as a natural fortress. Rivers, lakes, canals, allowing the Kremlin to move with confidence. The strikes demonstrated Ukraine could reach nearly 1,000 kilometers and hit critical assets with surgical precision. The first target, the corvette Grad. It was small, but exceptionally potent. A Boyan M-class vessel built for Russia's inland waterways. It carried a formidable arsenal, 8-caliber cruise missiles, range up to 2,500 kilometers, armed with conventional warheads or nuclear warheads. It also had a 100mm automatic gun and a modest air defense suite, built in late 2022, a flexible tool for power projection. It could slip from the Baltic to the Caspian, hidden from patrols. The strike happened while the Grad was transiting Lake Onega, a supposed low-risk corridor, a safe passage, turned lethal. Ukrainian special operations reported a hit on the power unit compartment, disabling propulsion. Satellite imagery confirmed the immobilized vessel. Russian emergency crews scrambled and security tightened across the northern waterway. 2 days later, Phase 2 unfolded. Drones struck the Kirishi oil refinery, a major energy facility, estimated at 6 to 7% of national capacity. The attacks on the Grad and the Kirishi refinery were designed to paralyze a single vital system, the Volga-Baltic waterway. The intent was to paralyze a single vital system, the Volga-Baltic waterway. This intricate network of rivers, lakes, and man-made canals connects inland Russia with the Baltic Sea. It serves as a primary conduit for international shipping, moving oil, coal, timber, and military equipment. The system is a marvel of engineering, but its complexity is also its weakness. It depends on safe passage, steady fuel, and reliable timing. One disruption can seize the network. After the strikes, traffic slowed to a crawl. Satellite imagery showed canals near St. Petersburg conspicuously empty. Commercial traffic paused as security heightened and inspections piled up. Insurance rates surged, reflecting a sharply elevated risk profile. Shippers were forced onto longer, more expensive routes. Ports like Primorsk rely on steady inland flow. Even brief disruptions delay millions of barrels bound for global markets. Militarily, the hidden advantage was movement between fleets. The Grad strike showed that SHIELD no longer holds. A domino effect followed: security lockdowns, fuel choke points, and a final stretch out of sync. The backbone was rendered unreliable by two well-placed, low-cost strikes. Russia's national identity and doctrine lean on strategic depth, vastness as ultimate defense. It helped defeat invaders like Napoleon and Hitler, whose supply lines snapped across endless plains. The northern interior was viewed as an untouchable sanctuary. Strikes near St. Petersburg shattered that narrative. For political and business elites, the bargain of loyalty for safety now feels fragile. If a missile corvette can be disabled near their home city, what else is vulnerable? Modern drones invert the logic. Distance matters less against small, precise, long-range systems. Analysts argue the canal shutdown signifies a collapse of movement, trade, and confidence. The waterway links St. Petersburg shipyards, radars, and missile parts to Arctic bases like Murmansk and Severodvinsk. Moscow's Arctic ambitions depend on Baltic inputs. 1,000 kilometers away, a well-placed drone can chill those plans. Vastness no longer shields core interests. Success flowed from layered planning, advanced technology, precise intelligence, and timing. Drones were the tip of the spear. The driver was sophisticated intelligence, satellite imagery, electronic intercepts, and open sources, likely with Western assistance. Planners waited until the Grad sat in the widest, most exposed stretch. Another layer. Sympathizers, informants, saboteurs, providing proximity and ground truth satellites cannot. A local launch shortens flight, boosts accuracy and payload, and reduces detectability. Operating inside Russia is risky. Cells move fast and vanish. Paired with long-range drones, this hybrid approach extends reach and blurs attribution. Commanders must reassess routes, timings, and escorts, curtailing flexibility between fleets. For crews and workers, confidence erodes. Hesitation spreads faster than repairs. In wartime, creating hesitation is a victory in itself. Strategic impact extends far beyond immediate military damage, sending shockwaves through Russia's economy and politics. A systematic pattern: economic, military, and symbolic targets. At least 15 refineries hit since early 2025, focusing on core units constrained by sanctions. Refinery output down over 500,000 barrels per day in 2 months. Kirishi dropped about 20%, over 40 strikes in September, fuel exports at lows since early 2022. Low-cost drones versus expensive repairs, over $500 million in combined losses. Military bottlenecks grow, domestic fuel prices climb. Despite censorship, news leaks. Polls show slipping support for offensives. More favor negotiations. Citizens question air defenses near St. Petersburg. Official inflation above 8%. Felt inflation higher. Wages lag. Shortages emerge as labor shifts to military factories. Moscow accuses NATO and the US, a narrative providing cover and pretext for retaliation. Even as Ukraine uses homegrown drones and targets military and logistical nodes. The St. Petersburg operation achieved 3 distinct objectives with remarkable efficiency. It inflicted real economic disruption, logistical delays, and production halts. It delivered a significant blow to military and civilian confidence by violating a supposedly secure space. It sent a clear geopolitical signal that Ukraine can shape events far from the front. Modern war is about timing, precision, and exploiting systemic brittleness, brain power beating brute firepower. Russia must stretch air defenses deep inside its territory. Difficult choices: protect the front lines, the capital, or the industrial heartland. Every canal, every shipyard, every quiet industrial corridor can be a potential target. Russia is forced into constant reaction, ceding initiative to a smaller adversary. Low-cost tools with intelligent planning, backed by partners' intelligence, funding, and technology, are yielding results. For now, Ukraine holds the initiative, forcing a larger foe to face a new map of vulnerability. The lesson for Moscow: distance no longer guarantees safety.